Let's head over to Nigeria now for a look at some economic data out of the country. The country's foreign currency reserves have gone up to $40.4 billion as of the 5th of January. That's roughly $1 billion more than the same time in December last year. Now, that's because of a range of issues. Successful debt sales, that includes multiple Eurobond offerings last year, have all helped the government accrue billions of dollars in foreign reserves. But they're still well short of that peak last seen in August 2008 of $64 billion. The country's stock exchange also had a pretty good day. It's gone over the 40,000 mark on Tuesday. The last time we were here was in October 2014. So then, what's happening in Nigeria? Let's get you the latest details now. Deji Badmus joins us now live from Lagos with more information on this. Deji, let's start with the NSE. 40,000 points. Last time you were here was in October 2014, about 3 months after Brent crude essentially collapsed. What's driving the market to these levels today?
Well, Rama, what we have been hearing from traders is that, what has been happening around this period is that most companies are actually churning out their reports, and those reports, I mean, their end of the year reports now, those reports have been turning out to be very positive. That's part of what is driving it. And then we're approaching, we're now in the season when dividends will soon be shared. We understand also, according to traders, that is also contributing to it. And then portfolio investors who took a flight when Nigeria had that challenge with foreign exchange, they're now back, and they're very active now. And so all of that combining now to actually help drive trading now on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. And we also must not forget that, you look at the money markets. The yields have not been very impressive, and so people are moving away from the money markets to the equities market. And that's all of that now combining to actually drive this bullish trading now on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, Rama.
Indeed. Let's switch over to the macroeconomic side of things, though. Foreign currency reserves, $40.4 billion. Fairly solid number, but we're still seeing reports of Nigerians not being able to withdraw hard currency at ATMs outside Nigeria. What's going on about that?
Well, to be candid, that report has actually not been confirmed. We have actually reached out to some banks, even though they're not willing to talk, but it's actually not been confirmed, and we haven't heard complaints actually from people. In fact, I have spoken to some friends who are abroad, and what they have told me is that they are still able to make use of their cards, and they are still able to make drawings from their cards. So it's actually quite surprising, but we're still on it. But to be candid, we haven't heard anything at all coming out officially now from the banks, because usually when things like this are about to be done, the banks actually send out statements, or if you like, information now to their customers, informing them that they won't be able to either withdraw or use their cards abroad and what have you. But, that kind of information has not been circulated. So it's quite a surprise that this report is actually coming up at this time. But nothing confirmed officially from any of the banks, and neither have we had anything at all from the Central Bank of Nigeria, Rama.
Indeed. One last question for you, Deji. We're now seeing Brent crude closing in on $70 a barrel. The relevant number today, I believe, was $67 to $68 or so. And last year, Brent is up 23%. Given those two numbers, since Nigerian crude is essentially sold with Brent as the reference price, does this give the CBN room to hold on to its current policies on the Naira for much longer?
Well, on the face of it, you would say, well, at least it gives the CBN the room, to actually become flexible with the foreign exchange regime. But I doubt if that is going to happen. I think we will still continue to have the CBN intervene. Just yesterday, the CBN intervened by pumping in around $20-something million. So I don't think that intervention is going to stop. The CBN governor has made it very clear that the CBN will continue to intervene when it deems it necessary. There's no question at all that the foreign reserve is going up, and the projection is that it's going to continue to go up. And if it continues along this trajectory, it definitely means the CBN will then be armed with enough war chest now to continue its intervention. I don't see the CBN, pulling off as a result of this, even though in the investors and exporters windows, we can see that trading is actually active there. I mean, the figures just came out yesterday that the trading in that window in 2017 was around $26 billion. And now that we're seeing these accretion now to the reserve, there's no question at all that that figure will go up. But to be candid, Rama, I still think, I still do not see the CBN becoming more flexible, if you like. For instance, embracing maybe a free float. That I don't think is going to happen because, we're talking about oil prices. Things could change. I mean, you never can tell. But there's no question at all that this is a very good one for Nigeria, that the reserves are going up. And, of course, the government will want to see it to continue to go up. And, but whether the CBN will sort of soft pedal now in terms of intervention, I really don't see that happening.